All right, I got a 49ers update for you here during Eagles week. They filled out their roster, one empty practice squad spot, and it's going to the veteran, Erik Harris, veteran safety who went to California University in Pennsylvania. So not the University of California at Berkeley, California University out in Pennsylvania. But Erik Harris, he's been in the league for a while, 33 years old, actually started his career in the Canadian Football League, the CFL, where they have some crazy motion rules. You can be running vertically in motion at the time of the snap. So Erik Harris had to defend that, and now he is still in the NFL. He's going to be replacing George Odom. Erik Harris has 1,556 career special team snaps. And George Odom, who tore his biceps muscle in Seattle and is likely done for the season, is a really important player for the 49ers because he led the NFL in special teams tackles last year, was second in special teams tackles this season. The 49ers are down to number 27 DVOA on special teams. So that phase of the game needs to get significantly better, especially since Philadelphia is a top 5 special teams unit. So I don't know if Erik Harris is going to play right away. He's signed to the practice squad, so maybe the 49ers want to work him out, get him in shape, see a little bit more of what they have before they integrate him into the actual flow. But I will say that over the course of the past couple of weeks, the 49ers have added 3 potentially good special teams players. They've added Beal Jr., who came off of PUP, the rookie who made that great tackle running down D. Eskridge from the other side on the kick return on Thursday night. They today activated Robert Beal Jr. That is the rookie edge rusher out of Georgia, who's 247 pounds and runs a 4.4 40. They had an extra 53-man roster spot, and today was the deadline to activate Robert Beal Jr. And now the 49ers get a heady, hard-hitting veteran in Erik Harris, who obviously is a little long in the tooth at age 33, but the 49ers believe that he can bring that veteran presence into the room. Remember, they're down 2 safeties over the past week, Talanoa Hufanga and George Odom, both to IR. I think that Taylor Hawkins, I talked about him earlier this afternoon. If Erik Harris is not ready immediately to play on Sunday, which you might not expect, Taylor Hawkins can be the emergency safety that the 49ers activate from the practice squad. But here we go. Erik Harris's name is going to be in there. We can classify him as a new acquisition, so we light him up in teal. We can take off Ben Barch from teal because he's no longer a new acquisition. Robert Beal Jr. is a new addition to the 49ers 53-man roster. So here you go. The 49ers are... Sorry, I made a little bit of a mistake there. The 49ers are in a position where they have 53 men on the 53-man roster, and they're filled to the brim on the 70-man roster now with Erik Harris. Played a little bit for the Raiders before this. I think the Raiders were a couple years ago. I mentioned the CFL for Erik Harris, and he's been in the league for a while at age 33. Actually born in LA before he went to Pennsylvania for, I think, his childhood. He went to New Oxford High School in Pennsylvania. Then he went to California University of Pennsylvania. Anyway, the Hamilton Tiger Cats of the CFL from 2013 to 2015 for Erik Harris. Then the Saints in 2016. Then the Raiders 17 to 20. And then the Atlanta Falcons 2021 and 2022. You put on some Erik Harris highlights, and this guy's a hard hitter. Like I said, heady, hard-hitting vet, and over 1,500 special team snaps for him. So the 49ers need that because they lost their top special teams tackler in George Odom, and now they're trying to replenish on special teams and get better because it was an issue leading up into last week. It was an issue over that first kick return. If you don't have that tackle coming over there from the other side from Beal Jr. on a really impressive play, that's a touchdown. Instead, the 49ers gave up 3 points, but it was still 3 points that they should not have given up. As we saw from Philadelphia yesterday against Buffalo, special teams was the difference in that football game, mainly through the kicking game, right? Buffalo had that kick blocked, and then you saw the 59-yarder at the end of the first half from Jake Elliott. So at the end of the second half, at the end of regulation to force overtime. So if Philadelphia doesn't get the big special teams plays, they lose that game. 49ers don't want to end up on the short end of a stick because their special teams unit is currently back to performing near the league cellar. They finished at number 26 in special teams DVOA back in 2021, and it cost the 49ers at least 2 games in 21 against Seattle. So offense and defense might be more important, but special teams is also important. So is safety depth. And after losing both Talanoa Hufanga and George Odom over the course of 5 days, 2 games, 1 on a short week, the 49ers have signed Erik Harris to their practice squad. All right, 2 minutes of questions. Let's go. 2 minutes of 49ers Q&A, and then we'll be back with you a little bit later tonight. David, that's my name, but David with a little avatar of the Golden Gate Bridge says, the Niners need a complete game. A blowout would be nice. It's funny that you mention that because the 49ers have not logged a game yet this year with positive expected points in all 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. The closest they got was this past blowout over Seattle. Offense and defense, obviously in the positive, but special teams just a little bit in the negative, probably because that first kick return that they gave up. It would have been worse had Beal Jr. not made the touchdown saving tackle. Cosmo expects a low-scoring game because of the weather. Right now, they're saying about 50 to 60% chance of rain, although I hate judging the forecast this early on. I think you have to wait until you're just a couple days out, for sure. But there is supposed to be some sort of rain system moving through the East Coast next weekend. And obviously, the game is in Philadelphia on Sunday. I sorry about that. I could change this right now. Beal and Luter are both rookies, and because I was moving their name from injured reserve, where it was shaded in red, to the roster, I didn't shade their name in yellow. So there you go. Robert Beal and Luter Jr. are both rookies, so you can see me update this in real time. Thank you. Hurts is still running, though. Knee issue or not, Jalen Hurts has generated the 3rd most expected points on scrambles in the entire league. Brock Purdy's in the top 10 in that stat, by the way, expected points generated on scrambles. So Brock Purdy can run, and I think Jalen Hurts can run as well. Yeah, Erik Harris has been a good special teams player over the course of his career. You don't rack up 1,500 plus special team snaps and stay in the league as, not a star safety for as long as Erik Harris has without being able to deliver on special teams. So I think that has been an asset for him. All right, everybody, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell because we're going to have a big live a little bit later tonight. Should be a lot of fun. There's your 49ers update. They bring in Erik Harris to round out the practice squad here in Eagles week. We'll talk to you soon.